Is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we're live! I think. Yes! Welcome to Champions of the Colossus, episode 20A. A new country with our Guardians of the Bonk, with our Bonk boys. It is the 5th of Heat's Wrath, 450 AD, and it is 8:24 p.m. You guys, I believe, had just finished off, the giant hyenas, and we're kind of left with your pretty battered, cart, but still functional, and, pretty battered selves also. You guys continue your journey south, after finding a +1 sword in a sword in a stone, which was definitely not Excalibur, and your fight with the giant hyenas. Your group will continue on, curious of the path ahead. And, like I said, your ride is just a little bit battered up. So why don't we start off from there? You guys are kind of surveying the damage done to your cart, and on the quality chart of how damaged is damage, it's battered, but it's usable. And it is in fact night time.
Oh, by the way, did Sky get you the fixed crafting document?
No, kind of not.
Ooh. Let me throw that your way real quick, because it has like actual bookmarks and stuff, but just so that like it's out there.
Okay.
In case that comes up.
Like a crafting document with bookmarks, like the Kibbles document with bookmarks.
Yeah, but like the bookmarks actually work and like lead to the right sections and stuff.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And it ignores, it doesn't have the classes and stuff in it, so it's much smaller.
Amazing.
There you go.
Alright. What do you guys do?
Quick question: what's the weather like at this point? I know the weather was a mess previously.
Yes, it was a little bit of a mess previously. I think what it was it was raining pretty heavily. And also you it was pretty dark out, so it was hard to see. For those of you who didn't have
Right.
vision.
It's evening now, right?
It is about 8:25 p.m.
Hmm.
You've just finished up your battle. You're probably circling your cart, going, ah, fuck, they like took a chunk out here, scratched up this side. This wheel's a bit wobbly. But as you look at it, you realize it can still move. I read somewhere that I think like canon D&D travel things being damaged is they're not functional until they're at 0.
So, I mean, I would say we might want to sleep if it's nighttime. Because we had just gotten to the end of our travel, right? We
Yes.
can't go any further.
Yes.
Yep.
You're basically, you were like maybe like 20 more minutes off from your like end point for the day. The horses look tired, and currently the horses look scared and also tired.
Yeah, I definitely should call it a night.
All of us have tents now, right?
Yep.
I believe so. For like this session, pretend that Koso's there but not there at the same time.
Yeah, I've got a place to sleep.
Alright, I say we set up camp and take a nap.
Alright, so you guys set up camp. There are, in fact, camp actions. However, It might be a little difficult due to the rain to set up a campfire. So just keep that in mind with the different camp actions that you have available. So one of the camp actions is taking a watch. So, you know, your typical keep an eye on things and make sure that you're not getting fucking hijacked. And Koso will offer to take a 2-hour watch shift. Because I don't know what else he'd want to do. Another option is crafting. But that requires a campfire, so you'd have to make a little campfire. You can cook. You can prepare for the next day. Or you can slumber, which means you just sleep for your full 8 hours instead of for 6 hours. And that also requires a campfire.
Alright. Luronk will sleep 6 hours and take a 2-hour watch. So it's a long rest, right?
Yep.
Long rest.
Don't enter in long rest.
Oh.
Never mind. Don't enter
I mean,
in
I know.
until I say like, it's morning time. Long rest, boom.
Okay.
Because you could get ambushed in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I mean, if we do, I know I don't have anything other than hitting attacks.
Okay.
So.
So you're gonna take a watch. So that's 2 watches out of all of the whole night. Brendeth, what would you be doing?
Brendeth will do some crafting.
Oh.
He's going to craft a potion of greater healing,
Oh.
which takes... It's only 1 check of 2 hours, so shouldn't be too difficult here. That is a DC 15 alchemy check.
Great.
Fuck. So I do not make progress on it today, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. But you put one
failure.
One failure towards that. Let me just write that down, just in case we forget. You said potion.
Potion of greater healing.
Greater healing.
I only needed a 4 or higher on the die, and I rolled a 3.
I know, that's pretty unfortunate for what it is. But that's what you do with your night.
Like an 80% chance of success.
And Thelonious.
Thelonious will also take a watch.
Alright, so for all of you taking watches, can you please roll me a perception check? Great, a 2.
Aha, this time it's not a crit.
Alright, Luronk, as you are taking your watch, you know, the rain's is coming down pretty hard, and you're sitting kind of like inside your tent with just kind of the tent cracked open so you can, you know, still stay dry but also see things around you. And do you share a tent with anybody, or is this your own private tent?
This would be mine.
All
I
right.
think we each have one, so.
Bougie, my god. Alright, so you hear muffled talks from the tent to your left. And it just sounds like somebody's talking in their sleep. But otherwise,
Do I know what they're saying?
you can roll me another perception check. It's kind of hard to hear. It's, you know, a couple feet away from your tent but inside a tent and kind of, you know, muffled and muttered. So it kind of just sounds like nonsense.
Okay.
Alright, and that's your watch. And then on Thelonious's watch, you sit in your tent, same way kind of that Luronk was doing it. And you actually get to see the heavy rain start to fade. It starts to lighten up, and then it becomes just a little drizzle, and then it clears. and then your 2 hours kind of passes without any issues. I need to roll for ye ol' Koso. Right. Nothing also happens on Koso's watch as well. So the next day comes about. It's about 7:30 when you guys awaken, and it's a bit warm, and there are scattered clouds in the sky as you stretch and start to take down your tents, but there doesn't seem to be a threat of rain, and you guys all successfully take a long rest and can subtract 1 ration from your inventory. Alright.
Can I, knowing what you know about my character, can I eat one of the raw flesh that I have before it goes bad?
Sure.
Instead of a ration? Okay. So I'm just gonna tear into some deer meat. Because that's gonna go bad tomorrow.
Do this openly in front of your comrades?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so you guys wake up, stretch, get the fire going, and start eating your breakfast. And Luronk and Thelonious, you have the common rations. You guys are sitting there with your jerky and your dehydrated foods that will stay good forever. And then you look up because you hear and really mushy eating happening from across the campfire. And you look up and you see Brendeth basically face first in some deer meat. With just a little bit of little bit of juice running down the lips and stuff.
I'll see them looking at me, and I will hold out some meat to them. Would you like some? It's good. It will go bad soon. I figure we should eat it before it goes unedible.
Thelonious just slowly shuffles backwards away. And then just moves Koso in front of him. And then tells Koso he chose a bad day to take to be on his daily vow of silence.
Koso shrugs and explains to you that, he needs some meditation days every now and then.
Luronk just kind of shakes his head and makes sure that his hammer is next to him on whatever he's sitting on.
What the Everyone's gonna betray Brendeth at some point. They're fucking healer. Alright. Do you guys do anything else as you're packing up and getting ready to move on your way?
Is the, what's the seating again on the, carriage wagon, whatever we call it? Is there 2 in the front? Because Thelonious would definitely be calling shotgun after witnessing.
It's comfortable for 1, but you can squeeze 2 up there.
Thelonious is going to just squeeze into the front.
So Luronk,
today.
you get someone accompanying you as you drive the horses south.
Unlooking, Thelonious won't even look at Luronk, just says, "Don't question it today."
Alright, so you start on your journey. There are some things that, obviously, you guys can do as you head south. And that will be on page 188. So you guys can gather reagents, you guys can hunt game, you guys can not take a watch, but just kind of keep an eye out, look around, observe things, and of course you guys can take time to craft and whatnot if you are able to.
I'm gonna assume the cart is too wobbly to do fine-tuned alchemy.
Yeah, that's why I said if you are able to.
Yeah,
especially since it's a bit damaged, it's more wobbly than you remember it to be, because the one of the wheels that the hyena was pulling at is kind of warped, so now every time it goes in a full circle, it does a little boom boom, boom boom, boom boom as you're going down the road.
Perfect. I'd like to look for potion reagents then as we travel. See if I can find any herbs or things that might be useful.
Right. As as we are going further and further into down south, you can choose between. Sorry, I'm just looking at all of the different type of reagent areas that you can gather in. Even though you're not anywhere, yeah, you can choose between grasslands and marsh.
Okay. Marsh sounds like it will have some more stuff in it, like plants and stuff. So I'll go for that.
It actually does have more stuff in it. Alright, so you can roll me a wisdom ability check, and you can use your herbalism kit if you so wish. So if you have an herbalism kit and are proficient with it, you can add your proficiency modifier to the roll.
15.
Alright, with a 15... Wait, what?
I think you want a D100 part of that. And then...
Okay, I'll roll a D100. Now I see where the 15 goes.
Yeah.
The 15 is definitely gonna pass. So with a 57, you get a common curative reagent.
Common curative reagent, thank you.
You're welcome. Luronk, you are driving the cart, so it's a little hard for you to craft and, go hunt while the cart's moving. But what would you like to do?
I will keep watch as much as I can with it shaking. But
right. roll me a little perception check. It doesn't have to be a disadvantage or anything. You just need a perception check. Um. 11. All right. Luronk, as you drive the cart further down, probably about like a couple hours into your journey, you cross paths with a man in a very pointy hat, driving his own cart that is clinging and clanging, and there's little potion bottles hanging off of it. And he smiles when he sees you, and he says, "Oh, hello there! I love doing this with people I find on the road. Would you like to answer a riddle? If you get my riddle, I'll give you one of my potions."
Sure.
What kind of ear cannot hear?
An ear of corn.
Oh fuck. He's smart. Goddamn. Alright, he throws a potion bottle at you and continues on his way.
Do I know what the potion is?
You can roll an Arcana check.
Arcana. Oh, I'm not good at that one. Oh!
Jesus.
Wow, Luronk is having a smart day today. Holy
Jesus
shit.
fucking Christ. So Luronk, you're not a super magic boy. Like, the magic you get is from your divine, like, well, it's not really divine, but your divine connection with your demon lady. And you typically don't touch potions very often, but you've seen this one before, and you remember exactly where you've seen it. You saw it at a shop, and this is a potion of Cure Silence.
Ooh. Is it in the compendium? DDB items, Cure Silence. It doesn't seem to be in the compendium.
Is there just a blank potion option?
It might not even be a real potion. This is just from a checklist I have. Give me 1 second.
Why would you want to Cure Silence? Or is
it'd be for like spellcasters and stuff that like a vocal spellcasting type thing. Or
yeah, there's a spell called Silence that
I know.
suppresses all sound in an area, and I'm assuming it's to get out of that. But yeah, I don't think that exists. Sounds like a homebrew thing.
Let me just give you guys a new one since I didn't make this homebrew thing. You can have I guess this one kind of like would cure, you know, an effect of. Yeah. You can have a potion of lesser restoration.
Ooh. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Let me just change the text for this, and then if anyone gets that again, it will just be lesser. Okay.
That doesn't seem to be in the compendium either.
God damn it. Well, just here. I gotcha.
Unless I'm looking in the wrong spot. I'm in the DDB items. Is that the right spot?
Yeah, there just isn't a potion of lesser restoration, but a website I looked at had it. So
there's at least a spell of lesser restorations, like it can
yeah,
duplicate that effect.
It makes sense in that
Yeah.
sense. So I'm just gonna give you a potion of acid resistance. I'm gonna just change it.
Well, I actually have the spell of lesser restoration, so.
Okay. I just want to give you an item.
Yeah.
So
you can give the item to someone else who doesn't have that spell in case they need to cast it on you. Or something like that.
Alright. Now you have a potion of lesser restoration.
Woo!
Thelonious. Do you do anything fancy and cool during our journey south?
I don't know about fancy and cool. First, doing a double take over Hammer Boy over here, just getting out everything Hammer Boy just did.
Roll me an Arcana check, by the way.
Right.
Hammer Boy had his brain food this morning.
Arcana check.
Okay, you're like, what the how did he get that so quickly? That, like, the color of this potion is similar to like 5 other potions. How did he know? So you're even more dumbfounded.
But I think based on the cart being the way it has, I'd probably just do the same watch.
Alright, roll me a perception check. Alright. Towards the end of your journey for the day, Thelonious, you notice before Luronk does that a cart is coming over a hill, and you can smell it before you can hear anything. But the stench of the ocean hits your nose as this cart goes by, and you see 2 men clad in fisherman outfits headed north, and with fish just hanging off of the cart and whatnot, and you assume there must be more fish inside.
Let's see. I'm just checking inventories myself. I don't personally need the fish, So I think I'm good to just kind of let them pass because I don't really need them stinking up the place, and I don't trust that Brendeth won't just fucking eat them head first.
Alright. So, you reach kind of the end of your travel time, so let me drag you guys another 30-ish miles down the road. And you feel that you're pretty close to your final destination. But the horses are looking tired, they need water, they need food, they need a good night's rest. You guys set up camp?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Same thing. It is camp time, but it is no longer raining, so getting a campfire going is no problem at all, actually.
Take 2 at crafting.
Alright, take 2 at crafting. Let's roll that alchemy. Hey! Alright,
So I expend the materials, and I get a potion of greater healing.
you now have a potion of greater healing.
Ooh.
Alright, Luronk. What are
Luronk
you
will
going to do?
do sleep and watch.
Alright, he does the sleep and watch. Thelonious, what do you do?
I'd like to prepare.
Alright.
I think.
So preparing is pretty simple. So preparing is you're going to basically pick one of your ability scores for the next day. And you basically spend 2 hours honing that ability score. And then at the end of your long rest, you gain a preparation die that starts at D6. And whenever you roll an ability check related to that score, you can roll the preparation die and add it to the result.
Alright.
And
yeah.
depletes over time.
Charisma. So, is there something I do for the?
Nope. You wouldn't do anything. You would just write down somewhere that you have 1 preparation die for charisma. So whenever you make a charisma ability check, you'll add a D6 to it, and then you'll add a D4, and then you'll add a D2, and then you won't have it anymore. And that's only for tomorrow. Alright, so we have Koso taking a watch, and we also have Luronk taking a watch. So Luronk, why don't you roll me a perception check? As you are taking your watch a little bit off the road, you see a couple more late night carts kind of passing by. None of them seem to notice your cart or your camp setup, however, and none of them seem to be ominous in any way, other than being carts traveling in the middle of the night. However, you do hear a quick roll of thunder from a little farther off. It's a little more down south, but you do hear some thunder. And Koso, let's see here. Good to know. Good to know. Alright. Do I have... You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Alright. Morning comes again. And as that roll of thunder may have suggested, It is downpouring once again today.
Mm.
You awaken, you realize that, oh god, it's gonna be another rainy fucking day, and you prepare for the day ahead. You can all successfully take a long rest. You do not have to click the button if you do not expend anything. And
Use a ration.
use a ration. / eat some raw meat.
Raw meat has gone bad, so I'll eat a ration.
Oh.
Not that crazy. Only a little.
Whoops.
Wait, even the hyenas went bad?
Did he harvest the hyenas for food?
I
I
don't.
think he tried to and
I
failed.
think I only got
on meat.
hides from the hyenas.
Oh.
Meat.
Oh yeah, because we did a roll for like
Yeah.
skinning
For what
the
was
hyenas.
salvageable and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So you continue on your drive. Anyone that's in the front of the cart today is going to get pretty wet from the downpour.
Yay.
Thelonious, do you want to still join Luronk?
Not so much. Brendeth didn't eat any raw meat.
Alright.
Well, this is less creeped out.
Brendeth was a little bit more normal this morning, so you feel like sitting in the back would not be such a bad idea. What do you guys do? Starting at the top of my list with Brendeth.
I'm gonna look for potion ingredients.
He's gonna look for potion ingredients. You get the same options as last time.
Marsh again.
Alright. Roll me that. Oh yeah.
Oof.
Ooh. You do make it, however. Just
Ooh.
barely though.
Bug.
Like, it's basically on your way back to the cart going, oh fuck, I didn't find anything today. You like stumble upon it and you're like, holy shit. And
Holy shit, I got a...
You got a common poisonous reagent. You like tripped over a tree root, stumbled, and then out of the corner of your eye you find a poisonous mushroom and you're like, haha.
Ooh. Yoink.
Luronk. Will you be keeping an eye out?
Yeah.
Roll me perception at disadvantage.
Okay. Perception. Disadvantage.
Holy shit.
What
Double-
the
Double 19s.
Liam's luck today. Damn.
Alright. We'll get to you at the end of this. Thelonious.
Okay.
I guess I will do the same.
Keeping an eye out
Yep.
through the back.
Perception
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
This is the rain.
That's more like it.
Alright. Alright, Thelonious, you notice something large kind of circling the cart in the sky. Just barely through the torrential downpour of the clouds. It's very hard to make out exactly what it is. And then it leaves and goes south. You think. Luronk, we make it towards the end of the traveling time for the day, and as you pull off to try and find a suitable place to set up camp, you come across an encampment that's already set up. You see a group of 4 friendly humans who wave to you. They seem well armed and already have a campfire set up with a interesting little contraption over it that keeps the water at bay. Hail! Are you guys stopping for the night as well?
Yes, we are.
Oh, well, why don't you join us around the fire? We have drink, we have food, and we can offer you some protection as well, if you will protect our backs, of course.
That sounds like a good idea.
Alright. They welcome you to their campfire, and they are passing around bottles of what looks to be some sort of lager.
Can I... Is everyone else good staying here?
Yeah.
I should ask you all first. How addressing the group that we're encountering? How do you all feel about the raw meat, the raw flesh?
Feel free to cook any flesh that you flesh. Feel free to cook any meat that you have on our campfire. We have a little spin hook here. You can set stuff up and cook it well. We also we just bagged ourselves a buck, and we're actually our friend over there, and he points a little bit further through the trees, and you can just barely make out in the rain some guy is carving up a the corpse of a deer. We're gonna put it on the fire in a moment.
Perhaps I can help with this. I am a skilled cook. I am very good with deer flesh.
Oh yeah. Feel free. Hey, Chuck. Chuck, this guy's. What's your name?
I am Bren. Hello, Chuck.
This is Bread. Bread is gonna help you, okay? And Chuck waves you over. Alright. Tonight at camp, you are safe from any random encounters that I might roll because of your friendly companions also keeping an eye out for you. What would you guys like to do with your nights?
I'm gonna cook, because I said I would.
Yeah, you're cooking. Why don't you roll me your cooking skill at advantage because you're getting assistance. Oh, boom.
Delicious.
You make the most delicious deer meat in the world, and you make yours a little extra raw for yourself. You're like,
yeah,
rare.
Blue rare.
Yeah, blue rare.
Gotta have a little blood left in it.
Lightly seared on the outside so it looks normal, and then like nobody sees that it's raw on the inside.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna say what I just thought. Yeah. So I'll assume I don't expend ingredients for that then, because they're providing them, and I'm just cooking.
They are providing the ingredients. You are just cooking.
We
you
get
get
a quality meal
all around from the meal. The men seemed very impressed. Even Chuck seems very impressed.
Like I said, very skilled with deer flesh. Yes. Yeah.
Luronk, what will be your camp activity for the night?
I'm just gonna train my strength.
Alright, you prepare your strength. And Thelonious.
I'd like to do the same for charisma, but I think I'd like to do so via performance.
Alright, you perform for the group, and roll me a performance check.
Normal, I'm assuming?
Yeah, a couple of them toss some copper and silver at you. For your performance. They're like, yeah! Throws some coins. Play Wonderwall! Throws some coins. And at your feet, you find, at the end of your performance, about 2 silver and 4 copper.
2 silver, 4 copper. Where the heck is my money?
And with that kind of practice run for you, but very nice performance for the group, you are able to hone your charisma skills for the next day. Yeah.
And also, before we go to bed, Luronk is going to pull out his playing card set and very fancily shuffle it around and say, would anyone like a friendly game of cards?
Oh, hell yeah. You get some woots from some of the guys around, and they all come towards you and go like, oh, our tent's set up for 4. If we do some, like, moving around, we can play inside and not get your cards wet. And you set yourselves up, and you start playing some card games. Are you playing friendly or for money?
I would say just friendly at this point.
Alright, you play a really good game of cards. Roll me a charisma check. Just to see how the night goes.
Oh,
That's just mod, right?
Yep, just your typical modifier.
Oh.
Alright. You start off having some fun, but one guy like chucks one of your cards, like as a joke, like, "Hey, look, I can pierce this tree with my just flick of my wrist," and he throws it, and it like sloshes in the mud, and you're a little disappointed by that.
His wrist is far too puny to pierce the tree. I'm sorry.
You go to grab it. The card's a little bit more like floppy and soggier now than it was before. It was crisp and clean, and now when you try to shuffle it, you always get stuck on that one, and it just kind of makes the night a little disappointing.
Mm.
But the other guys had a fucking blast.
This Tim over here.
Tim over here is just like, no, it was Chuck. Chuck chucked it.
Chucked it.
My God, I'm such.
Chuck, I think you need to build up your wrist muscles. Be more like Luronk, please. Then you will be able to pierce the tree with card.
I'm sorry, man. I'm pretty good at filleting some food, but I learned it from this bard at the last town we were in. And...
Well, you know what Luronk does every evening?
What does he do?
Push-ups. Lots of push-ups. You should do push-ups. They will train your strength for throwing cards at trees.
Really?
Lots of push-ups, yes.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Alright. 12.
Yeah, I can do push-ups, and he like runs out of the tent you guys are all hanging and playing cards, and as you go to bed at night, you see that he's doing push-ups.
There we go. Be like Luronk.
And in the morning, when you wake up, stretch, you hear that the rain is gone. And you see that there's a bit of scattered clouds outside. You're like, that's kind of just what the weather's been this whole fucking time. And you start to take down your tent and you hear 100! And you look over and Chuck is baggy-eyed, barely even doing a good formed push-up as he's like at the end of the night doing push-ups, and he's still going. He's still going.
I walk over and clap. This seems very effective. Luronk, I have a proposal for you. We should make a workout routine called Strong Leg Luronk, and we should sell it. I think this would be very good.
You just hear, like, from this man whose, like, face is basically in the mud, you hear, I would buy that.
We could start a whole franchise over this.
He rolled a nat 1 on his...
Perfect.
He's like, oh yeah, do push-ups all the time?
Yes, correct.
However, as you wake up in the morning, you realize you woke up before the other men that were in the tents. The only person awake really is Chuck, who's doing a million push-ups, and the rest of them are sleeping soundly in their tents. Do you wake them up and tell them to get on the road, or do you just quietly leave yourselves and say your goodbyes to Chuck?
I am ready to hit the road.
If you're already wet, I have a notebook, so write him a note thanking him and just kind of leave it in the tent.
Alright. You like lean over, poke it into the tent, and you hear it flutter down and like hit the floor.
Don't forget
They'll
to
see
sign
it,
it,
hopefully.
because everyone wants your autograph.
Oh, I signed it real big.
Alright. It's a little warmer today. Not too hot, like not burning your flesh off hot, but it's a little warmer. and the skies are clear. So, what are you guys doing today? And you think that if you push the horses, you can probably make it to Cardendad by nighttime.
Do the horses look well rested being at the camp?
They have not been pushed this entire time, so yes, they've been well rested every night.
I would ask the other party members if we would be okay with that.
I think it's not a bad idea, especially if we can potentially get this cart fixed up at the town.
Yes, I also can take a look at horses later if need be. But hopefully it doesn't come to this.
Alright.
I will agree.
Alright, so you are choosing to push your horses. That will give them a level of exhaustion, basically, at the end of the day. Just because they're going past their normal limit. That won't really hurt them, per se, just yet. They'll just be a little more tired than normal. What is everyone doing today? We'll start with Brendeth.
Looking for ingredients.
Alright, grasslands or marsh?
Marsh.
Alright, roll me a... Yep, you got it. Yep.
Bam.
That passes. Let's see the D100. With a 74, you get...
Ooh.
I have to roll a dice for this one. You get 4 common reactive reagents.
I got bomb supplies. Woo! Good. 4 of them. Jeez. All right.
Yeah,
Sick.
rolled max number on how much you could get today.
Dank. Take that. Absolutely.
Luronk, you are pushing the horses to go. What else will you be doing while you are pushing them forward?
I'm gonna be keeping watch because that's been going well.
Alright, roll me perception.
Cool. Oh.
You had to say it.
Thelonious, what will you be doing?
Oh no, the music stopped. Oh fuck.
Well, I'm not gonna react I'm not gonna react to this roll. I was going to material check.
Alright. That actually makes this work out really well. Hold on, let me just... Don't worry about anything. Alright. Thelonious, you have just came back from... Or not Thelonious. Brendeth, you just came back from your exploits. And Thelonious, you are on your way out, so I'll put you there. You're
Look at
driving
all
the
these
cart.
exploding mushrooms I found. It's great.
And
Mushrooms.
I will activate the scene. You guys should have
Should I be outside the cart because I'm returning?
Yeah, you're like at the door, like
Okay.
basically right there, like climbing up the stairs and whatnot. Luronk stopped just for a moment to let you up, and as you went up, he started off again.
Okay, that's good.
And as he starts off, the horses kind of jerk, and the the cart stops in its place. What do you do? And Thelonious, you notice that the cart isn't moving on. Basically what has been happening when you guys go out for materials is, you'll basically keep up with the cart as you walk around and then jog over to get back onto the cart when you finish.
Are the horses looking in a certain direction?
The horses are looking back kind of at you for direction, and they're trying to step forward, but it seems that the cart is not moving with them.
Can I check their reins?
Yeah. So you can hop down, you can move freely, by the way. And you hop down and you can go look at their reins. They seem to be well connected. Doesn't seem to be anything snapped or worn down. And as you yourself grab onto the pole that's connecting them to the cart, you notice that the cart isn't budging.
I'm gonna go look at the wheels, see if there's anything blocking them.
Right. As you come and look at this wheel, I'm just gonna move you right there. You're taking it and you're starting to twist it, and you realize this is the one that's stuck. And there's a little green, like, root that is hooked into the one of the wheels spokes. And it's really confusing because why is this one little root keeping everything from moving? And you reach down to go and snap it off, and as you grab it, it grabs you. And we're going to be rolling for initiative as a shambling mound kind of erupts from the ground.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Let me play some battle music.
It just wants a hug.
It just wants a hug. You may roll initiative.
Hey!
Alright.
Jordan's
Jesus
new character
Christ.
is still Jordan's new character.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix that.
It's the prototype token settings on my...
Thelonious isn't gonna go near the bottom for once.
Or the actual token itself, if it's a token that's not been...
I'll fix that later.
Sounds good.
For now, Thelonious. You, saw that the cart isn't moving. You're kind of stepping away, and then you hear, like, basically an explosion of earth from behind the cart.
Behind the cart?
Yep.
Alright. I'm just moving my character thing appropriately. So, gonna go to 10 there. Don't see anything there. So, here. Aha! I see.
Yes. This thing is basically a big mound of something that looks like it's trying to take a humanoid form, but it's just vines and tree roots and plant life and matter, organic matter. And what looks like might be a mouth. You're not sure though.
Alright. Oh, real quick, is there music playing for everyone, or am I just having issues hearing it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Are you not
I
hearing
I
might
might just need to refresh.
Oh, okay.
Sec.
Yeah, this version of Foundry still has some music bugs in it, unfortunately. Wait, no, you're updated.
Yeah.
Never
I am
mind.
updated.
There it
So
is.
that shouldn't be. That's just unfortunate.
Sometimes it just needs a refresh when the combat loads.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, there it is.
So we've got this big old
Hunk of
motherfucker
plants.
here. I think that this guy, since he's as big as he is, it's not a bad idea to try to cast sleep on it.
Okay. What's the number?
I'm just looking at the levels.
Okay.
Let's say... So we're just going to do that, because now Luronk is not affected by it.
Alright.
And... everything, so that looks good. And it is... Charisma. I do the Charisma roll first, correct? Just have to remember every time.
Yes.
And then I get the X, and then just for the prepared, do I add a D6 after this roll, or is it already go in?
So, The preparedness is only for ability checks. This is a spell.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll actually 5d8. And that's
Alright.
gonna be the pool of HP points to put people asleep.
Oh, I didn't know if you needed to do the hit. I haven't done the cast yet.
Sleep doesn't have like a 2-hit roll. It's just everything in the area.
Yep. It's just a damage roll.
Alright, it is... That
You can just click on the damage button.
Oh, you upcast to the 3rd level. Nice.
Oh, wow. Alright. So at 48,
Oh boy.
nothing happens.
So we know it has more than that many hit points.
You don't even see it yawn.
If.
Alright, well... I'm going to... give... Where are you? There you are. Give Luronk a bardic inspiration because he might need it.
Alright, Luronk, you are inspired.
Means an inspiration die, 1d10. Ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Okay.
A 1d8, but okay. Anything else, Thelonious?
Let's see. I think I am good.
Alright. Jordan's new character!
Jordan's new character is gonna step out and see, oh my god. He's gonna rush up and just scalpel out. He's gonna charge him, and I'm going to do my dissection attack.
Great.
20 to hit.
A 20 does hit it.
Alright, I'm going to pour 3 of my Perfection of Mind dice into this, because I completely forgot those existed last game, for 28 damage.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. What kind of damage, by the way?
Piercing.
Alright, thank you. You hit this thing, and you basically tear through it. Kind of like you're tearing through the greenery. And the vines basically slice open, and you see more vines start to, like, close it up as well. Like it's trying to protect itself.
I'm gonna stab with my offhand as well.
Alright.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah,
for
that hits.
2 more piercing. Hell yeah.
It takes the 2 more piercing.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright. Luronk. This thing is in front of you, and it kind of makes, you don't know if it's a sound or not, but it makes some sort of screeching noise as it gets stabbed by Brendeth.
Alright. I'm gonna go and bonk.
Alright. Roll a check. That unfortunately does not hit it. You go to, like, throw your maul over at it, and its vines expand basically where you're about to hit it and blocks it.
Well, I'm gonna roll to attack again.
Alright.
I will say, just remember, Ashley, with the bardic inspiration things, just don't go so quick on the if it hits or misses, because that's the gap on when they can reroll.
Sorry.
But now you know that 11 isn't enough, so you can add that extra d6 if it's 11 or lower.
D8, right?
Or
D8.
whatever it was.
That
Well,
one
that
does hit.
one.
That one does hit.
Cool. I'm going to roll the damage, normal, and I'm gonna do... I'm going to do a level 1 smite, which that would be... Nope, not 23, just 3 now. And then... Wait, I forget how much it is. 2d8, right? The 2d8. Yeah, 2d8. Slash roll 2d8. Yeah.
What kind of damage is this?
Radiant from my smite. Right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, radiant damage.
Thank you. So at this point, a lot of some of the vines that have been securely on this creature is kind of dangling off of it, but it's still well put together and still fighting.
And then as a bonus action, I am going to prepare Searing Smite.
Alright. Anything else?
That is all I can do.
This thing took more damage from Brendeth, so it actually turns its attention towards Brendeth and attempts to slam its body into you. Twice.
Alright.
Wow. Does a 12 hit you?
Oh.
And then the natural one definitely will not hit you. And its turn ends. I really wanted to do something cool, but it's probably not gonna at this point. Thelonious.
Alright, well, so this guy's got a pretty solid sleep game, but let's go with... yeah. Let's go with a 3rd level Bane.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
So-
it's a charisma saving throw. Well, it's a plant, so let's see how charismatic it is. It rolled an unnatural 1. So yeah, it fails. So,
Unnatural one. Oh shit. That took a second.
has a -3 to its roll.
Wait, but it's a plant. Everything it does is natural.
Ah.
Nah.
Alright, so attack rolls and saving throws. And this is a concentration spell. So keep that in mind. Anything else, Thelonious?
And Luronk still has a bardic inspiration, so now Brendeth gets one.
Brendeth, you feel inspired.
Ooh.
Speaking of Brendeth, what would you like to do next? This thing has turned towards you and tried slamming its body into you, but kind of hit the ground around you instead.
Dissection. Oh.
It wasn't able to see your attack before, but now it sees you and it brings up a wall of vines around it to
yeah.
block.
Can I bardically inspire though?
Yes, of course you can.
Thank you. Thank you. D8. Oh.
Okay, it
There we
hits,
go.
never mind. It brings up the wall of vines, but you're like, I got you, and you slice right
But
through it.
then I remember the encouraging words that Thelonious gave me a second ago, and I alter my attack at the last second.
Yes.
Bam! And I will pour in my remaining 2 Perfection of Mind dice. 19 total piercing damage.
Alright.
And then offhand attack, stabby stabby. That one just misses.
It does, in fact, block that one.
Alright, last turn.
No longer has the inspiration. Luronk. You still feel inspired, and this thing has its back towards you. Not that that gives you any bonuses, but it's not focused on you.
Alright, so I have a question. I prepared Searing Smite. That doesn't... Does that expend the spell slot
Yes.
before I hit? Okay, so it's already spent the spell slot. Alright. That makes sense.
Yeah, so basically at the end of your turn, you hit it, and then you brought back your maul, and you're like, alright, I'm going to now enchant my maul with Searing Smite. So you expended that spell slot to cover your maul in this magical aura to hit this thing.
And I will roll to attack.
Alright, that unfortunately does not hit.
Can I use my bardic inspiration? / roll 1d8. Ah.
That hits.
Cool. Normal damage, and then roll / roll 1 1d6. Hold on, I need to confirm. Yes, 1d6 fire damage. And so now it is on fire. And at the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 fire damage.
Alright.
On a successful save, the spell ends.
So you hit this being. I'm just going to use this for fire because it's red. As you hit this being, you think to yourself, wow, I don't know if that actually gives it any effects. So I'm just going to do that instead. As you hit this being, your maul erupts in flames and latches onto this being, but as the fire burns, you realize it's not doing as much damage as you hoped it would. However, it is still on fire.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll to attack again.
Alright. That hits.
Alright, I'm gonna roll my damage, and then I'm going to level 2 smite it for 3d8. Yeah, binga dinga.
Oh.
Are you keeping track of your spell slots?
Yes.
Okay.
I have
Convenient.
one more level 2, and I have 2 more level 1s.
A convenient way to do smite might be to use like a smite, like a spell that just says divine smite, and then you can like have it do spell slots and damage for you. It's an idea.
Alright.
For what?
Maybe we can handle it after game. I'll bring it up again.
Okay.
Alright.
I had an idea that might make it easier. That's all.
Because I'm using all my... I put my number down when I use the smites.
Yeah, I just think there's a way we can automate it, but I think we should talk about it later.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright. You do this. And you attack it again and hit it. And it's looking pretty in a bit of a bad shape at this point. And then it is its turn. It has to make a what saving throw? Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
That's the one it's good at.
Oh no.
But it rolled a 9. So it's still on fire and it takes 1d6 fire damage. And I rolled a 2, but that gets halved. I can show this to you guys so you know I'm not lying. And it's going to actually turn around back at Luronk because it just got fucking lit on fire by the guy behind him. And it's going to try and hit Luronk this time.
Cool.
Does a 21 hit you?
What? Yes.
Oh wait, hold on. I need to roll my d4s. Give me a second.
Yeah.
This might change things. So 21 minus 2 would be a 19. Does a 19 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. And then the 24 also hits you. Sorry.
Okay.
So you will get some damage, but it's okay. This thing's already looking bad. So you're going to take a total of 26 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And as it hits you the second time, it swallows you whole. You are now blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Okay.
Huh.
That doesn't mean you're dead just yet. It just means you're unable to breathe.
Who needs breath?
Who needs breath?
I don't.
Thelonious.
Okay, well, it's on fire, right?
It is currently on fire.
You could be more on fire.
Well, it's on fire. I don't know when else I can use this.
Fire damage is also not effective against it.
It is magical flame, so you cannot use it.
Never mind. Did not know it was magical flames. Well,
In battle, if your friends create it, it's probably magical. Unless they literally set off a bomb.
Let's try if it's low on health.
Alright.
Let's try this again.
Gonna try sleep again.
There, and once more with feeling.
Sleep. Ooh.
It yawns, but it does not fall asleep.
But does it have less hit points than the rock?
Luronk, you yawn inside this creature, but you do not fall asleep.
There we go.
I can't breathe, so I can't yawn.
You open your mouth to yawn, and then you're like,
So I'm choking now.
yes.
Good.
Anything else, Thelonious?
Well, I guess I can Bardic Inspiration. I could Bardic Inspiration Luronk, but I don't think he could hear me. So I guess we'll give it to Brendeth, because I think it might be better to give it to the guy that might be able to slice open the tree.
Alright.
Excuse you, I only stab, I don't slice.
Jordan's new character, you are now feeling inspired. And it is also your turn. You just saw this thing open wide as it hit Luronk for the last time, and it swallows Luronk whole.
Is there like a foot sticking out or anything, or is he completely inside it?
He is engulfed. The way that this is written, he is completely engulfed by this thing.
That makes sense. That is fair. I guess I'm just gonna try and stab at a part that I hope Luronk is not in.
Okay.
Yep. Bam.
That hits.
I don't have any more Perfection of Mind dice, so this is just normal damage.
Alright.
Bam. And my offhand attack. Ooh, max damage of 4.
Nice. It's
So
still
that's
looking
12.
pretty battered.
That's the best I can do right now. Pass turn.
Luronk, at the beginning of your turn, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, as you are choking. Right, with a 17. It doesn't say take half if you succeed, so you are succeeding in like holding your breath and keeping yourself from being hurt by it. However, you are still unable to breathe. With the blinded and restrained conditions, this means you can't see, and you automatically fail ability checks that require sight. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. And then with restrained, your speed becomes 0. The same thing with attack rolls, that doesn't stack, and you have disadvantage on dex saves. What would you like to do as you are inside this creature?
So, I have 8 weapons. The way I'm thinking about having them is like I have a dagger on each leg. Is there any way that I can try to reach for one of those and try to just cut?
Yeah.
What would I have to roll for
This
that?
does not specify that you cannot attack while inside. It's only specifying that your attacks are at disadvantage because you're in a cramped space. You're blinded. You can't really see what you're doing. So you can just attack.
Okay, so I just roll the rugged dagger.
Alright.
Attack at disadvantage.
What the fuck? Yeah, that hits it.
An 18 and a 17.
Deal normal damage, and it ate me, so I'm going to level 2 smite it again for 3d8. What? Am I not able to?
No, I mean just you might be able to do more damage with a dagger because finesse lets you choose dexterity or strength. It looks like it chose dexterity for you, so you might be able to like do strength.
Ooh, how...
Yeah. So I mean, it would just replace the +1 with
it would be
your
an extra
strength.
3.
Yeah.
An extra 3 damage.
Okay.
I just put that in. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Slash roll 3d8.
All right.
Damn.
It is still alive.
And then is my final level 2 slot. So I'm just gonna roll to attack with the dagger again. At disadvantage.
What the fuck? Okay, that hits.
Roll the damage. Oh wait, why did it do that again? Hold on.
So if you open the dagger item in your inventory,
Mm-hmm.
under the details tab, you can scroll down and you can choose the ability modifier it uses under weapon attack. Change that to strength.
Why did it right click there? I could.
And then your attack rolls will also be more accurate because you'll have a +4 instead of a +1. Not that you needed it, but you know.
Where does it have that option?
So if you open the dagger,
Yeah.
and you scroll down to the weapon attack section, which is near the bottom, there's an ability modifier row, which should be on like default or something. Just change that to strength.
How do you open the dagger?
Like middle click on it.
Middle click. Oh! Oh! And then details. Scroll down. Oh, it says dexterity, so just strength.
Yep. Change it to strength. It should be good.
Cool. Alright, and then I'm gonna use a level 1 smite. Or slash roll. Where is my mouse? Slash roll 2d8. Bing.
Yeah.
Wait, was that extra damage?
Yeah, that's my smite.
The highest might roll for 2d8. Pretty good.
Alright.
Is the Luronk just gonna blunder his way out of this?
Alright. So, Thelonious and, I keep saying Jordan's new character, Brendeth, you are about to brace for impact as this thing starts turning towards you, Brendeth, to attack, and all of a sudden you see Luronk's hand, like, poke out of it with a dagger in hand, and it just starts moving sideways, and Luronk basically slices this thing in half as it starts crumbling apart, and its organic matter just kind of like sloughs into a pile of vines and grass and weeds and plants. And combat is over.
Woo!
You've solved my my plant puzzle. At least it got to engulf something before it died.
It engulfed the worst possible thing, the guy who's just cracked.
Right?
The
Alright.
guy who has 8 weapons.
Do you guys do anything, or do you guys hobble on your cart and continue on your way?
Luronk, let me take a look at that wound before we go too much further.
How can you help?
I just start walking toward you slowly with both my scalpels out.
Oh no.
Can I cast Healing Word as he approaches? From a distance.
Yeah, you can do that.
Just from here, like, Healing Word.
You do have to be a willing target for me to apply this feature, so.
Luronk, roll me a intelligence check as you're getting healed by Thelonious.
Unknown intelligence check?
Oh my god.
Alright, for a second you thought that Brendeth was the one that just healed you as you feel like your wounds start to close up, but then you look
Just
over and
do
you
a
notice
healing
that Thelonious is
Alright.
saying some proper command words.
Here's the healing roll.
8.
Great. And we can go back to the map.
So we're not. So Bon, you're not letting me heal you. Just to be clear.
Well, I could. I'm still hurt.
You're still hurt, yeah, right? So
I'm still at 46 health.
are you willing?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, you can roll to
Field
heal.
surgery.
Field surgery.
Some say not all medical problems require surgery. Not you. So I'd like to take a look at Luronk's wound, and what actually happens is he can roll up to 2 of his hit dice to heal as part of the action that I take.
Oh.
So, Luronk, if you click your short rest button, and don't finish the short rest, like don't click the rest button at the bottom, but just click to roll 2 of your hit dice, and then close it at the top.
Short rest. Roll hit dice.
Yep, and 1 more. Up to, unless that puts you to full. Are you capped out?
Is there an easy way to like add health? Oh yeah, I am.
It already did. Hit dice just do it for you.
Yep, I am.
Alright, you so full.
maxed out now.
Alright, so that would also replace your constitution with my intelligence modifier if it's higher, which it would. So you would be 4 higher, but you're already capped out, so that's fine.
Cool.
So I just up your wounds with some quick stitches, I guess. I'd also like to take a look at the plant corpse. See if I can get anything from it.
Let me explore the Kickstarter and figure out if you can get anything from it. And by Kickstarter, I totally mean the
There's a
Eel
plant
Kibbles.
tab of harvesting, it looks like.
There's a plant
Might get more potion ingredients.
harvesting.
Is there any more boom shrooms?
Is there any more boom shrooms? Oh, harvesting
There
looted
might be.
181. Alright. It's not exotic, is it? Is it considered exotic? Ah! It is considered exotic. What CR level is this? That's a good question, Ashley. I don't fucking know myself. Hold on. It is a Shambling Mound is a CR5 creature. So we'll go to Exotic Harvesting CR5 through 10. Please roll me a Exotic Harvesting random roll. Medicine check. Wait. That's for dragons' monstrosities. For plants, you need an intelligence nature check.
Nature check. Woo!
Yeah.
I do okay at that.
You do okay.
I know my plant's pretty good.
With a 99 out of 100, you get
shit.
Uncommon Primal Essence.
Ooh. Sick. Uncommon primal essence.
Fancy.
Nope.
Alright.
Feel bad that I keep making these combats, but every single time I do well in them, so
I mean, you are built
It was
for combat.
pretty freaking hilarious, though. You've basically rolled obnoxiously ridiculous all night, except for the nat 1 that launched the combat.
on our last bit of journey too.
I won't complain about getting a random uncommon essence either. Hell yeah.
Mm.
That's some good
I'll
stuff.
say, yeah, Thelonious definitely just heals after seeing Brendeth whip the scalpels out. Like, let's just make this not as bad.
So do I pull out like a plant core or something, like a seed or like something like?
Yeah, so basically, like, as you're digging through all these vines, you find, like, at the heart of this creature, it's kind of fallen apart at this point, but there is a little glowy essence that is your primal essence.
Nice. All right.
Back to normal stuff. Thelonious, you said you were going to go gather some reagents, or were you going to hunt? Or were you gather materials?
I might go with materials because I think I got 2 sticks last time. I don't know where they went, but I have 2 sticks.
You can choose grasslands or marsh.
Let's go grasslands, since
Alright.
the marsh was already taken.
Roll me a... you can choose either a strength, dexterity, or wisdom ability check. And if you have proficiency with survival, you can add your proficiency modifier.
I don't... Is it just regular dexterity?
Yep.
Alright.
Alright.
Nice.
With an 8, you unfortunately are unable to find any materials. DC was a 10. But as night looms over you, you guys do in fact arrive in Cardendad. I'm not gonna open the map because the map's too big and it makes everything fucking get weird. But it's a pretty sizable town. Yeah, there's an inn for staying. This is an inn that Luronk, you would have known this before. You know, you've been here before. And there is, well, we'll just say there's a stables also in town that you hadn't visited before when you were here, but couldn't hurt to visit now.
Okay. And when we get to the stables, are there any sort of guards or anything?
So there's no guards at the stables, but there is a couple of stable hands currently feeding the horses, because it is around dinner time that you guys arrive at. One of them waves you over and guides you to park your cart, and starts unloading your horses for you to bring them to their own pens.
And as we are doing that, I will ask them how it's been going after the disease. After we cured the disease, like, has everything been kind of getting back to normal?
As the last, so one of the stable boys is helping you, and as he puts the last horse in its own stable for the night and throws a bucket of water up for it to drink from, he looks at you and he wipes some sweat from his brow and goes, "Ah, yeah, my mom and dad were really sick. You guys really helped them back there, back then, didn't you? Yeah, I remember seeing you. You were walking around and helping all the sick and whatnot. We haven't had a case since. You must have eradicated the entire disease. We're really grateful for that."
That is good to know. It would have been dangerous for that to have kept spreading, so for you guys to be getting back on your feet, I'm happy to hear that.
Oh, would it have been dangerous? I'm not much of a medicine man, so I don't really know much myself about the disease. Hey, since we're so kind to us back then, why don't your cart seems to be in pretty bad shape. Why don't I fix that up for you tonight?
Right, how much would that cost?
Oh, for you? Just maybe like 5 silver or something. And don't worry about housing them here. I don't have to charge you for that. You guys saved us after all. You saved my mom and pa.
I will toss him a gold coin.
Oh, wow. So, sir, are you okay with this? This is more than 100% tip.
Yeah, it's okay. You're gonna be helping us out with our wagon, so
his eyes shine. He's like, I'll get to work on that right now, sir. When do you need that by?
How long do you think it will take?
He thinks for a moment, and then he walks over to the cart and like kicks the wheel, and the wheel does a little wobble, and he goes, it looks mostly superficial, aside from this wheel here, and I got some spares in the back. I can probably get this fixed up by like midday tomorrow.
All right, that works for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And he starts getting to work on your cart. You guys stay at the inn for the night?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright.
So you all were here in this town, and you served as healers here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we do a check on knowing like the background of what he was talking about?
Yeah, sure. You guys can roll history checks. Be a little difficult since it was recent. But, go ahead.
Well, even if it was just like word of mouth, like stuff was going on.
Alright. Brendeth, you actually heard from the Munster Guard Guild Hall as you were, waiting to be assigned a group. You were hearing them talk about, getting the prize money together for the guardians who had healed the town of Cardendad from a terrible disease. Thelonious, you heard nothing about this.
Oh, this was you that did this. I see. That's very good. Very good.
Yes, this was our stop on the way to Kolfeld. We had to stop here, and we had 2 missions to deal with, and one of them was that disease.
Very good. This was good work. I heard about it from just a little bird told me. It sounded like you did an excellent job.
Thank you. It was mostly, a lot of it was done with Ulfric, figuring out what it was, but once that happened, we were able to counteract it.
I see.
If we're being honest, it was a crazy alchemist that was trying to poison the whole town, but we were able to intervene.
Trying to
A
infect.
crazy alchemist, you say?
Yes. We can bring you to his shop. I don't know if they've closed it down yet, but he left it empty.
Yeah. I will say for you, Luronk, as you walk around town and start heading towards, the inn, everything seems very calm. You see guards posted as they typically were, taking their patrols. And when you enter the inn, you're welcomed by the innkeeper there. Off the top of my head, I forget her name, but I can look that up later. And she offers you room and board for free for helping them recently.
Cool. What do you have for a meal tonight?
And ask what we had for a meal tonight. Oh, just
I would like meat, rare, please.
We'll see if she fucking has meat rare. Alright, so she has for dinner, she has a, what's it called? A sausage and vegetable stew, that she has been cooking all day. And she also hears raw meat, and she, raises an eyebrow and goes,
Not raw meat, rare meat.
oh, I kind of already,
Oh, I see. I will take this too then. Yes.
okay. If you want something a little more rare, I can whip you up one of our more famous shots that around here.
More famous shots.
She demonstrates as she takes out a shot glass and pours some dwarven brandy into the shot glass, and then cracks a raw egg on top of it and stirs it up.
Oh, I see. Yes, I will have one of those as well, please.
We call it a griffin's nest. These aren't griffin eggs, if we're being completely honest, but the townsfolk seem to really like it.
I mean, yes, I would assume they would not be griffin eggs, far too small. But yes, I will take one of these.
Okay. As you drink it, roll me a con saving throw as the egg goes down your throat.
Perfect.
Con saving throw.
You feel like your gag reflex start to act up, and you feel like you're gonna puke, and it's like one of those things where you feel the vomit go up your throat and then go back down. But the brandy was tasty.
Yes, this is
literally. I have a page.
I can see why this delicacy is rare. Yes.
I have a page on Chartopia called Tavern Drinks, and it's a bunch of random tavern drinks for like fancy things.
I thought you were about to say random travesties, and I would have still agreed.
I mean, probably, honestly. There are drinks that actually have raw egg in it, though, so it's not too far from like normal life stuff. Typically, it's raw egg whites, but you know, this one's a whole egg. Yeah. It's not exactly camp actions in this scenario, but you guys can still perform crafting activities, preparation activities, or a good night's deep sleep.
Good night's deep sleep for me.
I think I'm just gonna make another potion of healing. Not a greater one this time. I don't have the fancy stuff needed for that, but I did get a lot of curatives on the road, so I'll just try to make another regular potion of healing, which is only a DC 13 for 2 hours.
Sounds good.
Alchemist supplies. Use them. Yes. Bam. All right.
Nice. You now have that.
Nope.
Luronk, you said you're gonna get a good night deep sleep?
Yeah.
Alright, so this means that you will awaken with an inspiration die, as well as reducing your levels of exhaustion.
Cool. Where do I put the inspiration die?
You don't put it anywhere. Just remember that you have it.
Okay.
On the character sheet, there is is it actual inspiration?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actual
It's the
inspiration.
top right of the portrait.
Ooh, it's glowy now.
Oh, I didn't realize that's a thing. That's a thing?
Yeah.
What? My god. Alright.
And it does like glowy, floaty thing.
And Thelonious.
I think I'll also do deep sleep.
Alright, so you also awaken with an inspiration die. This basically means on any roll that you do, like a d20 roll, you can choose to roll again like you have advantage.
Do those go away, or do
Yeah,
you keep them
you
until
don't-
you use them?
You keep it until you use it.
Okay.
But I
didn't
don't
know if
think
it
you
was one
can-
of those like per day things.
I don't think you can have more than one.
Kibbles has a system, an alternate inspiration system you could use for that, but not necessarily necessary. Where you can like stack up a bunch of inspirations, but they decay. So like if you don't use them, they start going down. Things like that.
I'd rather just have it be like you have one permanently,
Yeah.
but you can't stack.
Makes sense.
Alright. So you awaken. It is the next morning. And you have some time in the day to kill. Before your cart is ready. Would you guys like to do anything? You guys can go shopping. You guys can go work for money for a little bit. It won't be a lot, because it'll only be half a day's work, but you can go do that. You can go cruising. You can go and, like, gather information. Whatever you want. Or you can just chill out. Have a long breakfast that extends into the day. Or sleep in a little bit later.
I'm gonna do a long rest so that I get everything refunded, right?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You guys can complete your long rest.
Sweet.
You guys do not have to subtract a ration because you guys got some good tavern food.
I know
Right.
Brend had asked about the alchemist's shop. I don't know if he would want to go to that at all.
I mean, if you think there might be something useful there, you said it might be closed down, yes?
Yeah,
If not, it might be good to check, yes.
Yeah, he was the cause of it.
Yes, you mentioned this. That is unfortunate. He must have been quite crazy indeed. I mean,
Yeah.
why would you try to poison your own customers? This does not make sense.
He was preparing something very devastating.
Yes, like I said, and like you said, crazy. Yes.
I found Cardinad's stuff. Yeah, so you guys walk around town, I guess. And as you go by the alchemist shop, you do notice that it has been, there is basically red tape all around it. And as you look into the windows, some of which are broken, the inside of this building is empty and barren. Or barren and, you know, not occupied anymore.
Hmm.
So
There is a blacksmith in the town, as well as a supermarket and a general store. And by supermarket, I mean like it's a very fancy like specialty food market that has more exotic foods and ingredients than, say, your typical general store.
So we are looking for diplomats who went to Sanvir, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go and see if I can have an audience with the Baroness.
All right. So you head up to the route that leads to, you know, the Baroness's manor, and as you approach, you know, the guards say, "Halt! What is your business?"
We are on a new mission for Kolfeld, and I was just wondering if I could have an audience with the Baroness to discuss some logistics.
The guy's eyes light up as you know, as you speak, and he hears your voice, and he goes, "Oh, wait, you were with that group that was here before, the ones that helped us with the disease."
Yes, I was with the Guardians. Our
ple-
group has recently split, but we have a few new faces, and we can tackle more tasks that way.
He bows and he says, "It's a pleasure to see you again. I would love to, you know, give you this request and bring you to the Baroness, but unfortunately she has started traveling north a couple days ago. She's headed to a funeral of one of the other, the Duke of, Boom Boom Boom, Oranshire."
Well, this is a question that I can then ask you then. We are tasked with finding some diplomats from Kolfeld who went to Sperda to Sanvir. Did they happen to pass through here at all, and do you know whenabouts they did?
Oh, yes. And he thinks for a second. He goes, "Yes, about 2 delegates have passed through recently. Most of the delegates that come from Colfell actually stop and have tea with our Baroness if she is available. So I've seen them come in. As for the exact day, that one's a little bit tricky. Probably a week or so ago was the last one, and then maybe an additional week was the previous one. They were very different between each other. One of them was an elf. I think his name was Samuel Highsilver. Yes, Samuel Highsilver. And then the other one was a dwarf. I assume these are loyal subjects of the Queen herself, and two halves of a wonderful whole. His name was No, I don't know the first name, but he was Forge Keeper.
Okay. Did either of them seem agitated or stressed, or did they both seem pleasant?
Agitated, stressed. Gonna just roll a little thing. I don't very much recall their mental state, but they seemed content upon leaving the Baroness's place. Not sure if they were upset on their departure. I typically am posted at the Baroness's entrance.
Okay, well, thank you for the info. This is really helpful.
I'm glad I was able to help.
Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, you as well, sir.
That's about good for Luronk right now.
Alright. Brendeth or Thelonious, do you guys have anything you want to do as you prepare, as you wait, really, for the cart to be finished?
I've got a decent amount of money to burn, so I'd probably hit up the general store.
Alright. Is there anything in particular you are looking for? As you enter this general store, by the way, a male elf welcomes you and greets you and says that his name is Orion.
Is he wearing a belt?
Of course he's wearing a belt.
Is it a nice belt? Because I would probably compliment him on the belt.
Let's see if it's a nice belt. I'm choosing high. It's a shabby looking belt.
I'm not going to say anything about the belt.
I don't know if you know this, but if you look up D&D adventuring gear, basically any adventuring gear that's on this list is generally available at an adventuring store.
D&D adventuring.
So options include an abacus, acid, alchemist's fire, ammunition, arcane focuses, camping stuff, clothes, hammers, amulets, any kind of kit that you're looking for. The list goes on.
If you want to just go over to Brendeth for a minute, I'll just kind of scroll through it.
Yeah, of course.
D&D... What was it called again?
Just look up D&D adventuring gear. And there should be actually a full list on Roll20 that has descriptions as well as prices for all of these.
Perfect.
And I don't do adjusted prices unless there's haggling involved in anything. So the prices there will be the prices you pay.
Alright.
Brendeth. What would you
So you said there was like a store that had like less common ingredients and stuff, right?
Yeah, more exotic, like spices, meats, vegetables, etc.
I'd like to pay them a visit to see if they have anything that'd be useful for making more potion. Just, you never know. Might have something. If not, maybe I'll buy some meats, vegetables, etc.
Like, when you say for making more potions, like essences and
Reagents. Essences too, but mostly reagents.
Yeah, they kind of just specialize in food.
That is understandable. And that you said they have like some kind of more cool meats and stuff.
Yeah, let me look up. Give me 1 second. All right. So as you go down like the meat section, you see a variety of things from troll, pickled beholder eyes, tongue of minotaur, basically any beast or like monstrosity you can think of, they have like a meat bit of it. And they also have a, strange enough, they have a meat section that's labeled pork.
A meat section labeled pork.
Yep.
I'm guessing by your description that I recognize it as not pork.
Yeah, it's not pork.
I would like to inquire about this. Excuse me. I have a question.
Oh, yes, of course.
This pork section here. What is this?
That is a, and he like leans back to like look down an aisle, and then looks behind you, and then looks at you. He's like, that is a pork roast, made from the finest pig. Sometimes you can find these pigs in certain encampments. They're known to be a little bit rough around the edges.
Sorry, I do not. I believe your signage may be off, and this does not appear to be pork to me. I am very well acquainted with meats of all kinds. Do I recognize what this meat would be, by the way? Is there like a roll I can make for that?
You can roll me like a medicine check.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Natural 1, but a plus 11, so.
You have no idea.
I cannot put my finger on what this is,
Not
but
pork, but
it's
you
not
have no
pork.
idea.
It's
And he
just
squints
looking
his
for,
eyes
like-
at you, and he's like, I assure you, sir. And he like looks around again, like kind of like squinting. He's like, this is very fine pork. We get it from our orcish camps. And he's like unblinkingly staring at you.
from your orcish camps.
Yes, that we do fine trade there.
Where can I find these orcish camps?
Around.
Hmm.
I assure you, it is of great taste if you're inquiring.
Well, I will take some of the pork and some of the troll, please.
Alright, he rings you up, and for the pork, it's 3 gold.
Okay. Curious. A lot of gold.
And
Pork.
for the troll, it's 2 copper.
Sounds about right. Can you make change for a silver?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir. And he reaches out a hand to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand. Sure.
You feel something cold touch your hand.
His hand is cold. Is that what you mean, or something else?
There's something
that's cold?
in your hand.
Okay.
In your
Gotcha.
hand is a little silver coin with a red teardrop kind of encarved in it. This is definitely not taken from your thing that I saw the other day, but this is not related to that.
Oh. Red teardrop, silver coin. Got it.
He looks at you and kind of gives you a wink and says, for those with more exotic tastes, if you come to shops that are like this, just hand that to them and they'll take care of you.
I will keep this in mind. Thank you.
No problem.
No.
Silver coin, red teardrop. Red teardrop.
You may
Cool.
put quote-unquote pork, orcish pork, in your
Okay.
inventory.
Orcish pork and some troll meat. It's preserved, right? I assume, because they're selling it like...
Yeah, they're like, it's either like dried or it's packed with salt.
Perfect, okay.
Being an orc, would I know what that orc is?
I'm guessing it's either actually orc meat or or something more nefarious.
Who knows? With
But
your
we'll find.
medicine check of a 12, but
Yes,
natural 1.
Yeah, I will need to check this later. Right. Okay. So his wording was show this to like other
Other exotic eateries.
other exotic eateries. Okay, cool. And they will take care of me.
Yes.
Oh no.
Sick. All right. Well, thank you, DM, and that will be all from Brendeth.
Alright. Back to Thelonious. Have you figured out what?
Yeah, I grabbed quite a few items,
Alright.
and I've adjusted money accordingly.
Oh, okay. What did you buy, just so we can...
Yeah, I grabbed a crowbar,
Nice.
a magnifying glass, and 2 types of rope, hempen and silk. 50 feet. They come in 50 feet.
Yep.
Of one of each. And I think that was it. I'm just double checking to make sure they all went in the same spot. I believe that's everything.
Alright, sounds great.
Oh yeah. I might want to buy a metal chain as well over here.
Yeah, feel free to subtract that. You're in a town that's in the middle of, a rail line. They're guaranteed to have your basic adventuring necessities.
I'm gonna buy a portable ram then.
Yeah, if you can carry it, sure.
Yeah.
Is there like a standard price for chain?
Chain is 10 feet. Chain is 5 gold.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Sick. All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
I assumed there was a chain.
I thought so. but I couldn't find it for
I
some
do
reason.
have one question I'm just going to ask, because while I'm still here, for crossbows, do I need to, or to routinely have, bolts and stuff?
You should have bolts, and basically, if you just tell me at the end of combat, I go and pick up my bolts, and there's no reason why they would be unable to be retrieved, you'll get your bolts
Alright.
back.
I will, just
But
take
keep
care
track
of
how many bolts
Yep.
you use, because if you only have 20 bolts, you can only shoot it 20 times during combat.
Yep.
I'll let you retrieve it,
Just
unless
gonna-
you, shoot it into fucking lava or some shit. Or, in the middle of the ocean and it goes over the boat. Stuff like that, you won't get it back.
I think I should have had those to begin with, so I'm just gonna add those.
Yeah.
So
Typically, a quiver will hold 20 bolts.
yeah, there's a crossbow case. There's a bolt case, and I'm just gonna grab 20 of those, 20 bolts, because that's what they hold. So
Don't grab
do
20
that.
bolt cases. That'd be a little.
No, it's 1 case and then 20 bolts. So that's easy enough. And bolts.
I think at this point, with all of your shopping, it's probably around noontime at this point. As you guys are finishing up, and you head to the stables, I assume?
Mhm.
Right. Stable boy is there, looking very excited. He already hooked up your horses to the cart. Horses are still looking a little tired, but their exhaustion is gone. They feel ready for the day, and your cart looks good as new, and it looks like he installed some extra seating in the front, so it's less of a crowd if all 3 of you wanted to sit in the front together. Or all 4 of you, I should say. Basically,
Cool.
basically turned the 1-seater into a long bench in the front.
Sick.
Mm.
Like that.
That is good to hear.
Oh, hello, sir. You're all set. Your horses are well fed and well drank. And I set this up for you guys because I realized you only had a 1-seater, and I can realize it. It gets a little bit lonely when you're on the road for a long amount of time, and you have no one next to you to talk to. I can, if you want, I can also make a window, but that might take a little extra time, and I don't know how rushed you are.
This is already very good, thank you. At least These are my thoughts, at least. What do the other two of you think?
It looks good as new. I love it.
Oh, well, thank you very much, sir. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You do the same.
Thank you kindly. He turns around and he starts going to some of the other horses that are stabled up and goes to check their hooves and, redo their shoes.
Cool.
So you all clamber onto the cart. Do you guys sit at the front with Luronk? Are we all buddying up together?
I mean, the rock at least has to be up there.
Yeah, Luronk clambers up the front. Is Brendeth and Thelonious, do you go in the back or do you go in the front?
Help up front, sure. Unless it starts to rain or something, that'll head inside. But as long as it's decent weather, it's different.
It is a clear sky today.
Yeah, might as well go up front.
Yeah, and Koso also joins you guys up front, and you start on your way, exiting Cardendad and heading south for the border. And that is where I'm going to end it for tonight, because I want the spare